What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Game Informer E3 2021 reaction video. Today we're going to be talking about Xbox and Bethesda, their showcase. I'd say the best Xbox showcase in years, easily.
Correct.
Wow. I'm Alex Van Aken, your host at It's Van Aken, joined today by Alex Stadnik. You can follow him at Stadnik76. Welcome,
Bang.
Alex. How you doing?
Oh, let's get this hype train rolling. It's already begun, but let's keep it popping.
And Liana Ruppert at Dirty Effin' Hippie. How you doing, Liana?
Ready to talk some Halo.
Yes.
I don't know. I went like singing there. My bad.
No, you're right on. You're right on tune too. Yes, we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite. We're going to do a quick rundown. We're not going to recap everything, just our highlights. It was a long show, 90 minutes full of fun. Go watch it on YouTube if you'd like. Started off, show just kicked off with a bang. Bethesda, Todd Howard showed off Starfield. He walked out on stage. He was like, "What's up? I'm Todd Howard." And yes, Starfield is true. And there was, yeah, let's get into it, because there was a lot of stuff jam-packed into that trailer. We got a teased release date of November 11th, 2022. Creation Engine 2. There's a new engine that's being used for this bad boy. And it's Xbox exclusive. Those are like the three main things, big announcements. But Liana, you're the resident, Bethesda queen, I would say. You play, all the games. What are you thinking? How are you feeling?
Dude, you know what? Yeah. You're straight facts though. Like, I have played every Bethesda title, even Fallout 76, because there is a gem hidden in there. But yeah, no, you know what? I've always said this, that I would love Bethesda to get more support, because they have the parent company. They're supposed to have the support. They're using a 20-year-old game engine.
Yeah.
They haven't really done much in terms of technological advancement. So I'm really excited, because Xbox, under Phil Spencer's leadership, has really taken a hands-off approach, which is not something they've done in the past. And that's what Bethesda needs. They need the support, but they need the freedom to create what they want to create. And I think I'm excited, and I love that they're not abandoning the past too. Like with the Game Pass edition, they're bringing classic Fallout. They're bringing experiences that were pre-Bethesda into the mix. Sure. And I think that's a really cool thing to acknowledge the origins, and to really solidify that a new generation of gamers can go back and see where everything started. And it's got me so hyped for the future, because, like, honestly, I know everybody's supposed to say that, but I feel like the sky is the limit.
For
like,
real.
They just... And Starfield, man. Oh.
Alex, what are you thinking about Starfield, my friend?
I think it's still... We'll get into the stuff I'm hyped about later on, but it's still so ambiguous to me, right? Because we just, we got the taste, right? The little in-engine footage, which I don't even know what that means anymore. Like, is it in gameplay? Is it not? Whatever. I love sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi guy. I think this is the jump that studio needs to make, because the last couple outings have not tickled my fancy. I feel like they wouldn't have been so specific with that 11/11 date if they didn't really feel like they could hit it, which, we're well over a year from that. But that being said, that's an important date for them. That's when Skyrim came out 11 years ago, when that game releases. So it's like, I feel like that's the date, which is hard in this era of COVID, but that excites me that at least we know now, because then it's like, okay, Starfield next fall. That means Elder Scrolls probably 2-3 years after that, like you start to see where these dominoes fall. And I think that's what's exciting about that as an Xbox fan, because the dominoes have been thrown up in the air so many damn times, where it's like, it's hard to keep track of what's going on and when are we actually going to get play these games. But I feel like that's why this conference was so impactful, because it's like, this is years in the making, and we finally get to see what the fruits of that labor is going to be over the next 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. And it's freaking exciting. Like, I have not been this hyped to be an Xbox fan in quite some time.
Well, let's move right along. Not gonna talk about it, but we did see a look at Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. That game looks very interesting. My interest has peaked. We saw more Back 4 Blood, of course, coming October 12th on Game Pass, which is pretty huge. And Avalanche, they're working on a co-op open world game called Contraband. We got a CG trailer, and yeah, it looks interesting. My interest is definitely peaked. We saw, weirdly enough, Sea of Thieves is getting a Pirates of the Caribbean DLC with Jack, the whole crew, Jack Sparrow, whoever the other characters are. Yeah. It's been a minute since I've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, but
right? Yeah,
they're all there. That's
all
coming
there.
out June 22nd for free. And then we got gameplay from Battlefield 2042.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, it looks so good. This game is like just shot up. I mean, I was already hyped with the trailer we saw the other day, but now seeing it like gameplay, seeing the grappling hook in action, oh my gosh, I'm ready. It looks so like bombastic, and you know, there's these like big set piece moments, but they're like, it's all in multiplayer. Pretty rad. Liana, we kind of already talked about it on our 2042 reveal video that we did, but any additional thoughts after seeing it today?
I'm just excited for everybody to see it. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I feel like this is the comeback that Battlefield has needed. Battlefield was the king of FPS for so long, and when it dropped hard. And I feel like they did a really good job of being like, you know what, we own it. We really screwed it the last time, especially with Battlefield 5. Instead of making excuses, we're going to revamp, we're going to re-strategize, and we're going to stop spreading ourselves too thin and focus on one vision. Cool, we actually interviewed DICE too, and they actually said that because they said a thing that said this is the future of Battlefield, which concerned me because it doesn't have a campaign. And while that's never been the focus of Battlefield, it's still a nice option for people.
Yeah.
And so I asked, I was like, okay, so if this game is indicative of the future of Battlefield, does that mean no future Battlefields won't have campaigns too? And he goes, no, we're removing ourselves from that kind of a focus. We're taking it game by game basis, and that is
So
what
that
needs
means so that means there's hope for Bad Company 3.
I probably brought up Bad Company 3 in the interview like 6 times.
Yeah.
I'm campaigning for it so hard.
Love it.
I love it. Well, we have more information on Battlefield 2042 on the site. Just head over to gameinformer.com/E3. Check out our E3 hub there. Up next, a smaller game, but it was showed off a couple of years ago. I know a lot of us here at Game Informer are really stoked on it. 12 minutes. We finally got a release date, August 19th, 2021. I cannot wait for that game, starring Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, and more. It's going to be great.
I want to see nothing else from that. I'm
with you. I'm with you. Psychonauts 2, we got a release date August 25th, 2021. Of course, you can go check out all of our coverage on Game Informer. That was our last cover of the month, last month. So go check out all of that. Next one for me, big, from Jump Ship, which is, you know, the co-founder of Playdead is now working at Jump Ship.
Which I didn't until after the game.
Yeah, we were watching the gameplay, and you're like, this looks like Inside. This looks like Limbo.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like a mashup. It looks like the aliens are coming to Kansas, and like this small town family are just trying to survive. Those are the vibes it gave me.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's coming 2022. Somerville looks really, really neat. I've added it to my watch list for sure.
Yeah.
Alex, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I like you said during the stream, we lamented those like, oh, this looks like Playdead's. I was like, this is Playdead's next game, and it wasn't, but it really shares that DNA, which has me through the roof for that game, right? Because I've been looking forward to Playdead's next game in a long time, for a long time now. This may be a spiritual, not successor, but in that same vein, it also makes me wonder because I forgot the gentleman's name, but one of the co-founders of Playdead who left. He left from Playdead, and with recent rumors about Playdead's game being more open world and this being more in that vein, I am very curious on maybe it was that creative difference that maybe he wanted to go forth with the similar style that they've built versus more of an open world approach. So it makes me very curious about both. But once I learned what the history it was of the developers who were on that's one of my most anticipated games of next year by far. That studio has such a mastery of the storytelling that they do, the ambiguous, open-ended, bizarre worlds that they create. And if they have half that juice on Somerville, instant day one for me. I cannot wait.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's move on to the next one. The big one, I would say, Halo Infinite. We
Never heard of
finally
it.
we saw a lot. We saw number one, Halo Infinite's multiplayer is going to be free to play. That's huge. The game looks incredible. We still didn't get a date from them. I think that date has leaked now, November 9th potentially.
Here's the problem with that date though. Forza Horizon 5 is also slated for November 9th, the same day. So I wonder if there was just a goof on the copy. Yeah.
I was hoping, because I have like the full scale replica of the needler, and it's like fully automated too, so it like the needles retract, and I have like 50 freaking Halo energy swords, and I was hoping I had one within reach so I could go like full nerd with Alex, but I don't. I'm too lazy to get up, and I probably should on camera. Yes.
Love it.
Got my baby boy. Got my baby boy right here. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Liana? We'll start with you.
Oh my god, what aren't my thoughts? I can't. I'm not gonna lie, I was being an emotional mess. Halo, I've not been like shy that Halo was the only thing I cared about. I mean, I knew we were gonna get a lot of stuff from Xbox Showcase, but Halo was literally the one thing I was like, I don't care about anything else. The whole show could just suck. I just want to see Halo Infinite. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. And we got so much more than I was expecting. Like between, because they hit both sweet spots. They hit the sweet spot of bringing back what we love about Halo, and also being like, but wait, there's more. Because the story trailer was just, I mean, Halo 5, I really had a problem. I'm with Stadnik. I had a really big problem with Halo 5 story. Not that it was personally bad per se, it didn't feel Halo-ish. It felt very forced in certain areas. And the confirmation that it is directly going to continue on from Halo 5 with the storyline about hunting down Cortana. And then we had Cortana Light with whoever the new AI was. And she was like, but she's deleted. But I was supposed to be deleted. There's a mystery afoot. And like, that's exactly the whole storyline. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm into it. And the free fall. I mean, we said this on the stream, but like the free fall was giving me major Mass Effect 2 opening vibes of the Normandy, and I was just like, oh my! Like I was getting chills. Everybody on our writing team was Liana, like, please shut up, because I was like, I'm crying. I had like tears, like down. So happy. And then the multiplayer, bringing back Arena.
Oh
yes,
looks so good. Valhalla looks beautiful. At least I don't know if they said it was, but that was Valhalla, like from Halo 3. Yeah.
100%. Like, it's dope, man. It's everything. I honestly, if a Halo fan comes out and says that was a bad showing or something, I gotta pull your gamer card, because like there's opinions and then there's just you're wrong, and like that was amazing.
It looks so good. I cannot wait for the multiplayer. Like seeing like some of those new mechanics in play, seeing him grapple guns to him. Oh my gosh, grappling onto it wasn't a ghost, but it was a vehicle, grappling onto the vehicle and hijacking it. Like all of that is going to be so cool in multiplayer. And the fact that it's free is awesome. I think Alex, you mentioned it during our watch along, but that if Halo campaign doesn't hold up, they have Halo as a live service entity now, and it's like a failsafe. So
and
we're gonna be streaming that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
From now until it comes out. Yeah, to me, I think that's the right choice with everything going service these days. Warzone is a service, Fortnite is a service. Like, it only makes sense, right? And I think there's going to be some old school people out there who are like, I didn't want this. Like, why? But it's also like, why? You're going to get like a new engine. Like, you're going to be able to have an entire team dedicated to this platform to constantly update and tweak it. And if the last year has shown anything, 343 is willing to listen to feedback. And I think they're going to be very open with that with this platform coming up here, right?
Can we just give like a clap to Kiki Wolfkill? Because like
Bonnie Ross, the man Joe Staten, like, oh yeah.
I have only had the pleasure of talking with her for a few very short times, but every time you want to talk about an inspiring presence in this industry, she leads her teams in the most epic way possible. And she's very open and very connected to the gaming community. And I hope that we as a community can give Halo Infinite a shot. Am I saying not to be critical of it if it, misses some marks? Absolutely not. But let's keep an open mind, because they did a lot. They took the feedback from the failed gameplay footage reveal last year, and they were like, you know what, MB, you're right. Let's go back to, let's fix it. And look at what they showed. Like, people were like, it's too bright and cheery for a war game, and they were like, okay, well, we're gonna go into the depths of hell with this like red and black colors.
Yeah, and I know we talked about the story a little bit earlier, but this feels like they're building it up, whether it's going to be or not, like Chief's last ride, and I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's do this right. Let's send him off the right way, because Halo now, in the last couple of years, has proven that some of the best stories are without Chief. It's just, with Reach and ODST, like 100%. 4 was great,
literally
but
tearing up right now just talking about it.
but combined with that first trailer we saw last year of like the brute chieftain like throwing it all on the line, he's like, this is where we'll do battle. And this trailer had the Cortana VO of like, thinking about death and stuff like that. I think it is they're honing in on this could be Chief's last ride, and I really hope it is, and I hope they knock it out of the park, because I think when you look at Gears versus Halo, right, 2 series that made their name in the 2000s with their first trilogies, and then you look what the more recent games have done, right? I think Gears has shown that there's still life in these franchises if you handle it right with different characters while connecting it to the main story. Halo hasn't done that. Halo hasn't done that to the level that Gears has, and I hope they took a page out of the Coalition's book, because they're doing it right. And I am very excited to see what Chief's story will entail.
It'll be interesting with the show too. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
It'll be interesting with the show really quick. Because that's going to bring a whole other audience, and that's going to bring another perspective of like, well, what do they want to see? And not saying that they're going to take that and be like, okay, the fans have spoken, this is our next game, but maybe that can offer like a fresh perspective, like of, oh, we haven't even thought to explore this. Like, let's do it. Like, I don't know. I think it's the future of Halo. Even if it concludes, I'm excited to see where it goes next.
Well, dope. Well, I have to move us along for sake of time. We saw Outer Worlds 2 got announced. That's so exciting. Obsidian working on the next game. Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to consoles July 27th, which I thought, honestly, I thought that was already out on consoles, but
looks great.
Looks awesome.
We get Top Gun, Goose and Maverick.
Forza Horizon 5 is coming this year, November 9th. It's set in Mexico. It's an open world game as before. There's a battle royale mode somehow. Forza Horizon 5 is going to be sick. I'm excited that they skipped a mainline and went to Horizon again, because those are my favorites. But let's get into the big one to wrap up. Arkane Austin is working on a brand new Xbox exclusive game. It's an open world shooter. You can play solo or co-op. It's got vampires and superpowers. It's coming out in summer 2022. It's called Redfall. Liana, tell us about Redfall, because I know you are just stoked on this.
Okay, so I grew up in New Orleans, and I used to be a vampire tour guide. So anything vampire is gonna literally get my blood. I guess that's a pun intended, but like blood, like, just excited. And I'm a big was getting like Left 4 Dead vibes from this. I was getting Vampire Masquerade vibes from this. I was getting just so many check boxes I have for when I'm looking forward towards a game like that. I was just like, as the trailer was going on, I was like, check. Oh my God, check. And like, you can tell in our Slack, because we're all still remote. At one point, I was just a stream of letters. Like, there was no even words anymore. I was just freaking out. And the just dialogue.
Keyboard hype.
Right? And they just had so many different characters. Like, every character felt and looked, even just from the small look we got, felt and looked very different and witty. I'm a sucker for cheesy humor. I love Juno movie because of that. And just like, there was one part where she's like, how's that vampire smoothie? And she was like, oh, it's death and blood and little hints of strawberry. And it was just so like casually dropped that I was like, I don't know who you are, but I want to marry you and cherish you forever.
That's the key to a healthy relationship, not knowing them before you pledge yourself to them.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I can't wait.
Growing harem of video game wives and husbands.
For sure. Like, all the different powers. One of the ladies had like she shot you up in a stream of like purple energy, and you could like get verticality. One person there was a robot pet in there.
Actually.
Somebody in chat actually was like, "Oh, it's Recore." They kind of look like the Recore dog.
100%.
Invisibility. There is so much. I'm very excited to kind of see like the one person's like trying to lock him down, the other person has like the wooden stake gun. Again, like we didn't see gameplay, but you got my imagination running. So I'm very excited. But I think we have to end the video here, my friends. We have more recaps to do, more coverage for E3 over on GameInformer.com. If you'd like to keep up, watch live the press conferences with Alex and myself, twitch.tv/GameInformer. And then right after on YouTube, we put up reaction videos like these. So be sure to subscribe to that channel and like these videos if you enjoy them. And lastly, follow my friends. You can follow Alex Stadnik at Stadnik76. You can follow Liana Ruppert at Dirty F and Hipping. And you can follow me, Alex Van Aken, at It's Van Aken. And we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Bye.